Vocabulary demystified. The word vocabulary originated from Latin, where vocabulum means word and "ari" means related to. Vocabulary is commonly defined as all the words known and used by a particular person. Hence, a person's grasp of a language is often judged by the extent of his vocabulary. Memorizing words from a dictionary is not the right way to build one's vocabulary. Let's look at some better methods now. Using etymology. Although English is considered to be a universal language, it is relatively new. About 1500 years ago, English was not in existence. Therefore, most words in the English language developed by borrowing words from Greek, Latin, Sanskrit, and other older languages. Due to this fact, one interesting way of improving vocabulary is by studying the history of words. This study of history of words and their origins is termed etymology. There are many English words which have their roots in Indian languages. For example, juggernaut. In English, a juggernaut is an unstoppable force that destroys anything in its path. The word arrived in English in the 19th century and is derived from the word Jagannath, a form of the Hindu god Vishnu. Another example is the shampoo, which is a soapy liquid used for washing the hair. It arrived in English in the 18th century and is derived from the Hindi word champu, meaning to squeeze or massage. Learning words by focusing on their origins help in retaining the meaning of the word and also makes the process fun. Using root words, prefixes and suffixes. Understanding root words help a lot in building one's vocabulary. So what are root words? A root word is a word part from which other words grow, usually through the addition of prefixes and suffixes. In fact, knowing one root word often helps in guessing the meaning of more than 10 words on an average. Consider the word graph. This root word has a Greek origin and it means writing. The following words can be made from this root word. Along with root words, being familiar with prefixes and suffixes helps in understanding the meaning of a word even if you are not aware of it before. Prefixes are predefined group of letters that are added before a root word, and suffixes are the ones added after a word. Depending on the prefix used, the meaning of the word changes with respect to the root word. The suffix used helps in determining which part of speech the word belongs to. A few examples for prefixes and suffixes are as follows. To understand the use of root words, prefixes and suffixes, consider the following example. Inerrancy. On splitting the word, we notice that the root word is er, which is related to making a mistake or an error. The prefix in means not. The suffix nc means the state of being. Hence it can be inferred that inerrancy means not having errors or error-free. Note that, like many concepts in English, this too has its exceptions. For example, the word invaluable does not mean not valuable. Thus, nothing can replace extensive reading. Using mnemonics. Another effective way of remembering the meanings of words is by using learning aids like mnemonics. A mnemonic is a pattern, idea, or association that helps in remembering something. For example, the word egregious means extremely bad. This word is very difficult to remember. In order to remember this, just consider the following line of thought. Imagine that we have made a terrible mistake. The people around are so annoyed at us for being bad that they throw eggs on us. These eggs reach us. This can be remembered as egregious. Consider another example. The word petulant means easily irritated or annoyed. Here, the mnemonic could be pet you lent. Imagine the context that the pet you lent to someone is irritating or annoying him. Learning the meaning of the word in this manner helps in retaining its meaning. Examples such as these need not be logical. In fact, the sillier the example, the easier for the brain to remember. Using association. One more interesting way of learning words is to associate the word you're learning to a person you know. For example, the word indolent means lazy. This can be associated to the laziest person you know. Every time you meet the person, you can remember the words that you associated with him or her, which also helps in retaining the word in your active vocabulary.